Hello and welcome along to Diecast Restos. I'm Jason and today I'm restoring this Lesney Matchbox No. 74B Daimler Fleetline Bus. It joined the series with regular wheels in 1966 and left with Superfast wheels in 1972. This particular example once belonged to Mac, father of one of my oldest friend's partner. The bus ended up with me as his collection of childhood toys was being sold off and I had first refusal. Condition wise, aside from the mostly missing paint, the plastic lower deck moulding had snapped above the front axle. That forms the bus's suspension. The Esso extra petrol decals have also fared better on one side to the other. The body and base connect by a tongue and slot fitment at the front and an awkwardly situated rivet post at the back. Now, I didn't want to unnecessarily drill through the body to reach this, so I manipulated it with some needle nose pliers to free it up.
Oh, bloody hell.
That did the trick. I should be able to snap it back together again later once I'm finished restoring it. Similar to more modern Matchbox offerings from the 80s and 90s, the Daimler Bus had a variety of colour changes during its life cycle to keep things fresh. At launch in 1966, when it replaced the mobile canteen trailer, it was painted cream, the same as Mac's. Early issues could have the Esso branding on paper labels or as a decal. Another variation is the driver's side window pillar, which was initially tapered before being straightened out. This one looks like it has the tapered design. All pre-Superfast issues had 10mm hard black plastic wheels fitted, secured with domed axles, and each shared the same white interior piece. In around 1968 though, the buses were painted green instead of cream. Naturally, the box design followed suit with green bus artwork. Then in 1969, it again changed colour to red. It seems though that the red buses often came in boxes with green buses on them, as red regular wheels buses with matching boxes attract a small premium. Not that they attracted much in value in the first place though, as these buses were widely produced. The red type came at a time when Lesney were ramping up production of their low friction Superfast range. The red Daimler was one of the chosen models to transition to the replacement series. It appeared to be a simple modification, perhaps why this model was one of the chosen ones. Lesney used the same cut channels in the base plate to affix a short plastic axle clip to retain the new wheels. All of the Superfast buses were painted red, though shades on these can vary. It continued to have the same Esso decals as the pre-Superfast type, but Lesney did produce the 74B in some short runs with other sponsors. These included the Baron of Beef and In on the Park, plus there were other promotionals too. Promos included ads for Transworld Airlines, Cyprus Airways, Beefeater Gin, and Big T Scotch whiskies. The model would be indirectly replaced by the Londoner Bus at 17F in the series for 1972. This was a totally new version of a Daimler Fleetliner, which included a middle set of doors. The stickers which first appeared on these advertised swinging London Carnaby Street. These stickers could be found on the very last 74B models once Lesney's supply of Esso decals had run dry. The Daimler Bus was directly replaced by the 74C Tojo recovery truck for 1972. As a bit of background, the Daimler Motor Company was established in 1896 by H.J. Lawson in London, with manufacturing based in Coventry. The company purchased the rights to use the Daimler name from both Gottlieb Daimler and Daimler Motoren Gesellschaft. After early financial difficulties, they were acquired by the Birmingham Small Arms Company in 1910, and by the following year began manufacturing commercial vehicles, including buses as well as cars. BSA would later sell Daimler to Jaguar Cars in 1960, who briefly continued Daimler's line until they were merged into the British Motor Corporation in 1966 and then British Leyland in 1968. Aside from the wholly Jaguar-built Daimler DS420 limousine, the Daimler marque would be used as an upscale Jaguar trim level until 2010, since when the brand has laid dormant under Jaguar Land Rover. With the introduction of the Daimler Fleetline in 1960, under Jaguar ownership, Daimler became the second largest double-decker bus manufacturer in Britain. It was the second rear-engine double-decker bus chassis to be launched in the UK, following Leyland's Atlantean in 1958. The Fleetline's drop-centre rear axle allowed it to have much lower height bodywork. While prototypes had a Daimler engine fitted, production buses used Gardner engines, who had a reputation for producing both reliable and economical power plants. After the BL merger in 1968, Leyland engines would become available to customers on the Fleetline in 1970. A Cummins V6 was also an option in the late 60s on the longer 36-foot model, but these were mostly chosen on export models. Between 1960 and 1973, Fleetlines were built in Coventry before production moved to the BL facility in Farrington. In 1975, the Daimler name was dropped from the Fleetline, with Leyland used instead. They continued to be manufactured until 1983, by which time it had been replaced by the Leyland Olympian, which arrived in 1980. London Transport was the largest British Fleetline operator, purchasing 2,646 between 1970 and 1978. They had earlier trialled 8 in a comparison test against the Atlantean in 1965. All London Transport Fleetlines had bodywork by Park Royal or Metro Kemmel Weyman. This casting had Park Royal bodywork, but photos matching its design are incredibly hard to find, even rarer in footage. In London, the new bus was advertised as the Londoner to distinguish it from the so-called Fleet line of the London Underground, which was under construction at the time. It was later renamed the Jubilee line after Queen Elizabeth II's 1977 Silver Jubilee, with the line opening in 1979. This explains why the 17F Londoner was named as such. Fleetlines were unpopular in London compared to the open platform Routemaster due to slower boarding times. By 1979, the Fleetline fleet had begun being withdrawn from service. So here was how this Matchbox Daimler bus was looking earlier. This model had been well loved, with it showing signs in the form of paint wear and a broken plastic lower deck. This caused the suspension at the front to not properly operate. It is a handsome and evidently popular model which survived the 1970 transition to Superfast wheels. For me, this one suits its regular wheels best, so let's take a look at it return to its best. While I love the patina of a well played with model, nothing beats a crisp new coat of paint teamed with what are some on-point reproduction decals by Steve Flowers Model Supplies. They're exceptionally accurate and fit superbly well. The base and body clip back together again as expected, and as the model rotates on my occasionally lumpy turntable, you may be able to see the odd judder of the now fixed suspension. That just took a bit of gluing together and it's now good as new. I also like how well the wheels have refreshed and how much the axles pop after some Molotov chrome. What are your thoughts on this casting and of my restoration efforts? Let me know down in the comments and do leave a like if you enjoyed this rebuild. Don't forget to click subscribe if you're not already. But all that leaves me to say is thanks for watching and I'll see you again for the next one. Bye for now.